I am very successful failing in my interview beginnings. So anyway, it allows me, I
Okay.
don't sit there, I am there. It allows me to say hello to you and to introduce my friend Diana for the visit. And we're going to go very quick to the middle of what we were talking about before when I realized once again technical difficulties. So, we were saying
Where were we now?
difficult
Uh,
summer,
difficult summer.
going through
Yes.
a sense of crisis, having the temptation of running away and hiding behind distractions, and instead of doing that,
True.
going to dig in the
Yes.
epicenter of the earthquake. Yeah.
Yes.
So,
And before that, we
yeah,
talked about the posture of curiosity.
yeah.
How do we sit here when, I think we're both a little bit on the same, or we just were on the same phase where, oh no, I cannot do this, or am I good enough? For me, it's always like, I don't have enough to say. I don't have interesting things to say. That's my talk that I have a lot. That's why I'm quiet. That's one reason I'm quiet and introvert. so, so yes, that's where we were too. This for me, I consciously change my posture a lot now. Also, when I walk out of my house, when I walk to
And
the
do you have an experience of that actually giving you results? So if you feel insecure in a situation and you draw a position of curiosity in the body, do you feel it changes your emotional state about your self-perception or the situation itself?
yes, it opens me up to okay, what's gonna be here now. So I can either be very open from inside and then my posture will come with it, but I don't have that naturally. So for me, if I would like to be more curious and I would like to be more open to life, open to give myself, but also receive from others, just being in life, I can actually change it with the posture. It's like you can change. If you're for weeks sad, and then just to okay, even I'm still here, but I gonna explore if I just open the posture a little bit up to not sad or not collapsed. So it does change.
Well, because you have to dare to try a little bit to embody the possibility of you being different than you think. And the posture leads you there, yeah, by
Yes,
occupying a different
yeah,
space.
yes. And one thing we were talking about this underworld where I was in just before, but the biggest thing I came to, which was very painful to see, is that loneliness. That I really feel a certain, I feel a certain heavy loneliness, aloneness. Although I have amazing people around me, but I have this feeling of
Is it the feeling that you are not seen? Is it the feeling that you are not accompanied? Or what is the loneliness?
not seen is a lot of it. Not seen. That I. Well, it's a huge subject because I spent the whole
Okay, let's open it up.
the
Let's talk
whole
about
summer in it.
loneliness.
But the thing is, I walked this summer through. I walked to the beach, and it's full of people, full of families, full of groups. They all have amazing fun. Every day I come there alone, or maybe with my dogs, or maybe with my beautiful son, which makes me a little bit less lonely. But still, we're lonely in this little family. And at the same time, I have a lot of people in my surroundings, beautiful, beautiful friends. But funny enough, most of them were gone in the summer, so I had the feeling more. And funny enough, I have a lot of. I want to be at home, want to do my things. I have so many things to do. That's always my thing. So, oh, I don't have time to meet this, to meet that. I don't have time to go to there, to go to this. But at the end, it comes from this thing that if I go out, I will, you know, I don't feel good enough to be seen. And so I stay very specific. Okay, I can meet that person, I can meet that person, feel very comfortable with them. I have beautiful little tribes in dance or also in music, feel super comfortable in that. Also, in the things when I'm teaching, I feel super comfortable, but still, I'm not going to enough to places where I don't feel comfortable because it's almost like, oh no, they're not my people. And then I ended up feeling super, super alone. And so that's where this word came, curiosity came very, very strong. Okay, start walking through life with curiosity again, because I know the loneliness is, I know it's, it's something that's really happening all over. It's an epidemic of loneliness. But what can I do for myself? And I saw it very clearly, the steps that I can do to help me coming out. And one is to first be curious again, and then the next step is, to stop judging the others, so I also know they will not judge me. It's
It's
a
a
big
fun
one.
cut. It's a catch, yeah, because you find yourself stuck in your own bubble, and
Yeah,
it feels see-through, but it's a bubble, yeah.
totally.
Yeah.
Totally, yeah.
And when you feel this insecurity of not being good enough, and you were saying, I don't have anything interesting to say, the effort to get out of that prison is not so much looking for better things to say, but more accepting that you don't need to say any better things just to be loved, right?
Yes. Yeah. And somehow the thing is
Or even to say anything at all. Your
that
presence, yeah.
also, yeah, just to be. And the thing is, it's so not true. I mean, I have the voice all the time. Oh, you're not interested in, you're not interesting enough, and not interested maybe also, but not interesting enough. So don't even bother to talk. When as soon as if I'm one to one, I'm okay. As soon as another person is in, if there's three people, I'm almost always the one that steps out and I let them have the conversation. Also, one to one, a lot. I would love to have, I don't know, maybe it exists an app that that measures the talks, the percentage of the talks. And I'm very often, I go back to, even with my friends, I'm talking maybe 10%, which makes me an amazing listener. But and I think I'm a very good therapist. but but it makes me very frustrated because actually I do have a lot to say too.
Yeah.
And actually I have a whole life that I also lived and I could talk about it and blah, 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 but I just don't. And yeah, it came together with observing in myself how I also I grow up in Switzerland. I mean, I love Switzerland, but it's still, there's so much, this is right, this is wrong, this is good, this is bad, and the constantly judging. Oh, and now I'm so sick of that.
It's hard to deprogram oneself from that, eh? Even when you are conscious early in your life, to
Yeah.
actually deprogram the deep tendencies inside of us to judge everything is so
Yeah.
complex. Yeah.
And because I'm doing that, I think everybody else does that to me, and it's uncomfortable for me to be judged I'm bad or I'm not good. This was the biggest, I think, to learn slowly, slowly to break free from that. And one thing with that is, yeah, for me, I was meditating in the morning, and okay, I change my posture now to curious.
To display an attitude towards life of, okay, tell me
Yes,
what do you have to show me today, yeah? Yeah.
yeah, yes. So even so I have so many. I realize now I have so many thoughts. Oh, I'm not gonna do this because of that and that. I'm I'm going to the market in the morning. I see somebody I know. Then I think, oh no, I don't want that. It's like, oh no, I want to continue with my day now. So I go this way. I mean, it doesn't happen all the time, but it happens. And now I will catch myself. No, now you stay. You're curious what's going to happen. Yeah, or even a good example I just had when I walked my dogs the other day. There was a guy drunk in the evening. He was sitting at Aldi outside and he was singing and he was like talking to himself. And then I walked past with my dogs and then he started to say something like, oh, he wanted a little bit of a conversation. And I kept on walking. It's like, no, I don't want that now. Then I went for the walk in the forest. And then I caught myself, okay, Diana, that's exactly one of these. So I was already changing my walk, so I won't have to pass him again. Then I said, no. Now you're gonna take the posture of curiosity, and you're gonna walk past him again. And also, even if he tries to talk to me and it's uncomfortable for me, and whatever situation could come out of this, okay, then I'm curious for the uncomfortable situation. Then I stay there and and
Because in those you see other sides of you as well, yeah?
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, the
totally.
pleasant ones, we like them better, yeah? But when you
Yeah,
have something unexpected, when you have something that you don't know how to deal with right away,
exactly.
then you have to like improvise and see what is the other side.
Yeah, yeah,
And also, it offers you the opportunity to deal with situations not only verbally. I heard something so beautiful a couple of weeks ago about this of talking or not talking, yeah? And there was a woman and she said, the best gift that you have to give to any situation is your own calm nervous system. And I thought, that's so beautiful. You go into a place, you go into a room, into a meeting, into a group of friends, and whatever you're going to say or do, but before that, like a certain balance in your breath and your nervous system. And that, besides for you, but there is also the gift that you bring to that environment.
yeah,
And when you feel that way, one of the things that allows you is to be a bit quiet, even though you can be in the present with people. I think that's something that liberated me when I was younger, because I don't enjoy group situations much. I ended up being running groups, but running groups and teaching classes is not a natural situation because you are holding the spot. Yeah?
yeah,
So it's totally not a natural situation. So you can't put that as a point of reference. But then beyond that, when I allow myself to be in public situations or in groups and allowed myself to be quiet for more than what you would say is socially appropriate and not have to look for your next clever thing or the next joke, I actually found that it liberated me to be in the presence of people in situations that before maybe I would have gone home earlier, just because I allow myself to be
to be there
silent.
quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. This I can feel that a lot, and sometimes I have this, I am quiet and I'm totally fine with my quietness, but I'm still like I have these voices in my head. Oh, now everybody sees me and they think I'm boring.
But that's the thing, then you're not quiet because you're
Yeah,
talking in
yeah,
the head.
yeah,
So it's
exactly.
not quiet, it's an inner dialogue. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, yeah. But I mean, this is definitely my nature to be quiet, and I'm also, I'm often invited to places, to even to the gathering I'm going a lot, a or a dance gathering. I'm invited to be the one in 50 people with 50 people that is the earthy one that holds. I'm like the mother there, and I know and I love that role, and it's beautiful, and I'm very grateful that I have that, and it is me. But I am also somebody else, I am also still there to be able to say something. I have a lot to express. And in the dance, I can beautifully express it because I don't have to talk. In the singing, I can express it because it just comes out of me. But if I have to put it in words, for me, I always have to think straight away, oh, yeah, no, I don't have, everybody has so much to say here. I don't, although I do.
But it's not that you don't actually find the words, it's that you find them, but you edit them out, at least the possibility of speaking, yeah?
Yes, yeah. Sometimes I don't find it. I mean, I'm not a big speaker. Words don't come easy to me. Except when I'm teaching, then they come very easy.
Okay,
But then I don't have to
I don't
think.
have the feeling that that's the case. I mean,
Yeah.
for whatever I've been with you, I have always felt you very good in your speech,
Oh,
very
really?
clear, very
Oh,
eloquent.
that's interesting. Yeah. Hmm.
And this insecurity, this growing in Switzerland that you were saying, the association of very defined labels of right and wrong to things. Yeah? Together with that, one thing that I have always understood from my communications with you is that it plays a big role in your life that you are a woman. Both from whatever you had to suffer from being a woman, maybe part of your upbringing, and both from what you feel that is the space that you women have to offer, how much space more you have to, like you are saying by yourself, I have a feeling that you feel that about women, yeah?
Yes.
And your career, you kind of move and pivoted a little bit towards working with women. So let's take that part of the conversation. Being a woman.
Yeah. I mean, one thing definitely goes together with what I already said before, this staying small. I think what I feel in myself, I have so much more to bring out. I feel that just in women, in any way. So in the way you can move your body, in the way you can feel alive as a woman, in the way you can speak loud. So can you also shout? Can you scream? Can you be angry? So all these things we are really more contained, I feel, than.
And you mean artificially contained, as in pressure by society has
Yes.
pushed it down?
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Not naturally because you are, but more you mean
No.
artificially pushed down, yeah?
Yes. I think naturally for me it's also, it's the upbringing to be quiet, to not offend anybody, to all these kind of things. Probably everybody has it, but in Switzerland I find it quite strong compared to others. But then, it's in the, don't know how many years of patriarchy that we're living in. I think 5,000 to 8,000 years. And it's like so hard to catch it because it's like if you would tell a fish, describe me what water is, but the fish doesn't know because that's all the fish knows. So for us, I just started to, not just started, it was all my life a little bit like that.
I think so. Like
Yeah,
now
yeah, yeah.
professionally you do it, but I remember
Yes.
very early on you would have gatherings for women, and yeah, it was
Yes.
all, I think since I know you, yeah.
Yeah.
But now it's become more kind of like your direction.
Yes, it becomes a strong desire. It's really, it's burning inside me for many, in many ways that I would like to express that. I mean, for me, it started as childhood. In childhood, from as far as I can think, as far back as I can think, I wanted to be a boy.
Ah, yeah?
Yeah, and I did everything to be a boy. And my sister fooled me, telling me, if you behave like a boy, you will become one. If you walk like a boy, you will become one. And I believed her. And also, I started to walk with Olex, and I had my name was Daniel. I wanted to be a boy.
Up until when did this?
Until I started menstruating.
Also, up
Yeah.
until 11, 12 or so, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, until, and yeah, then it shifted totally.
Okay.
But
Were
when
your
I,
parents tolerant?
yes,
Okay.
yes, yeah. But where it came from, I mean, from my whole life, I tried to figure out where did it come from. And I really had this belief that guys, they have it so much easier, they have it so much better, they're so much powerful, they're so much, you know, more this, more that. I want this too. And I think then it's already, you know, then I already felt, wow, why do we have such a difference? And I wanted that. I wanted to become like that until I got into puberty. And then I couldn't become a woman fast enough, you know, then my breasts didn't grow yet. And, you know, well, okay, now I'm ready.
Did it just flip, or did you have a transition, kind of like you let go the boy thing slowly, slowly, or one day you just? Because sometimes with kids, I worked in a school for a few years.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's surprising, eh? You can have a pattern for a long time, and within a couple of weeks, it dissolves and then it's gone. Yeah.
Yes, it
Was
was a
it
bit
like
like
that?
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All of a sudden, I let my hair grow. I remember with 12 looking at myself. Oh, wow. Now I see a woman. Yeah. So that changed. But this thing of, yeah, this thing of
But yeah, it's strong that you wanted to be
very
a boy
strong.
because you felt life was easier for boys. Yeah. Or
Yes, or I wanted to have that power, you know.
yeah,
It's not a power. And I was also physically, I was very strong. So, you know, I was a tomboy anyway. I played football and I didn't play with dolls. And I, yeah, I actually was also, you know, physically so strong that, so this is not a very nice thing to say, but I was beating up the stronger boys to, because the ones that bullied others for their power, that's the ones I got.
you were
To top them over.
you were the liberator of the school.
Yeah, just things when things were not fair.
Mm-hmm.
And especially for the strength of, you know, for the physical strength of somebody, then I
How does it feel? Maybe it's a strange question, yeah. But as a woman, when you go into public spaces, when you live through life, to feel weaker physically, like to feel like the men are stronger, is that something um, we accept life because it's the way it is? The same tree is tall and the ocean is wet, yeah. But once you leave this little frustration that you described in you as a child, that you wanted the power and you didn't have the power, is something you have to consciously integrate in your psyche as a grown-up woman, that any given man could hurt you, rape you, kill you because nature has made that as a stronger feature in men. Is it something that builds some sort of pocket of resentment towards the way things are that you have to go consciously and heal? Forgive?
it can be that I had that. I was not so, you know, because also later on, this, what you just described, the strength in the man, the physical strength also brings a beautiful safety for, in some ways. But I didn't really have to feel that so much because I felt pretty safe in myself. So, but what it did to me, I think there was a little bit of a, you know, I keep on trying to figure out how much of my work that I do now with women is to make her shine, to make her power to come out. And this is very big, but I have to be sometimes very careful not to, and I don't want that to say, oh, we're this, but men are only that. That's, and it is a little bit that I have maybe things inside me. Yeah, we are more, you know, emotionally more developed. We're more, at the end, more powerful, and these things, they keep on popping up sometimes. I don't want them because I really, I don't like it like that.
Yes, sometimes as a man you hear men
Yeah,
in a sentence, or women, it can be the
yeah,
other. And then once it's reading the sentence, and it's like there's so many men, like maybe some yes, some not. Yeah.
yes, yeah,
Sometimes you find yourself as a group that has part of a group that has oppressed another group, even if it's indirectly, I'm a man, yeah. Sometimes you do receive what feels like an unfair judgment, yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah.
But I can relate because as a man, I growing up with competitive sports and yeah, boys being boys, yeah. I did also get tired of that sense of competition, of the violence. Yeah, also I got to see very early on the damage that violence created. I'm from the Basque Country, so I know that. But this constant sense of competition to see who is the alpha, at certain point it felt really tiring, boring, and just like I didn't care. So I think there are many men like me that rather than keep trying to be the best or accept the frustration of being the second, you just kind of step out of the race. It's like this is not the way I want to do things. So I think it puts us in a group that maybe we try to develop more feminine qualities through life in a way.
Yeah, I think it somehow it creates quite a lot of confusion. No, I always feel a bit like, how would it be to be in my age now, where in the way we live? How would it be to be a man?
Yeah, men, we are suffering.
Yes.
It's a
Yeah.
time that the models of the past are, of course, like we said now, all sorts of things, yeah?
Yeah.
But in general, you can't look for points of reference in the in the general structure of society. Then you have to look for those individual, special people that inspire you, yeah? But as a group, building society has been the man's role. We did it very poorly, and I think those men that want maybe to find a new way, I think we find maybe ourselves a little impotent in the sense that
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
pressure of the past is such that sometimes it doesn't feel like we have a lot of power.
Yes. Yeah. And
And
then
maybe the power over the women was some sort of consolation, never for me, yeah, but then yes, you can see a generation of men that all of a sudden is like, okay, yeah, we fucked up everything, okay, so tell me how I should be.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a
And
bit,
that's a castrated man then also.
yeah, also
There's
because you
many.
women like a guy that has a bit of power, yeah.
You know. Yeah.
So
That's
it's a
why
catch
I think
22,
it's
yeah, yeah,
very confusing.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's why dialogue is, I mean, I understand we men or women work our issues on with our tribe, like, at least
Yeah.
partially, but there's a lot of dialogue between the genders that is required.
I mean, I still think, even what I created now with my work, with the women's work, I would love to have a man that does a similar thing, in the similar fields, and then okay, we both do it, and then let's meet, and then let's see what comes together. It's really not that I feel okay. We have to get all this strength again. And men, they should, get away from their power. I mean, in some ways, it is like that because whatever power we think is power, but just yeah, for all to get embodied again, for men, for women, for whoever is in between, to be embodied again, and to live life from there, and then also to be with each other from there. This is my long-term dream. But for me, as I am a woman, I can do the woman work. I Sometimes I would have loved to hold men's circles, but that sounds arrogant. But just I would have
Yeah,
loved to do
like
it.
as a teacher, sometimes I've been asked or even offered to do men and women groups, and I have to admit that maybe now is a time that I might slightly be more open, more curious to the idea that I have been. But in the past, I always felt, I don't know, bring everybody in the room and we talk it out, yeah? And so I never felt the necessity to organize men groups so far to this point. But then I don't know who I was talking with. It was a woman that was doing part of a female group. And she was saying that there are certain attitudes certain ways of speaking, certain ways of being that for a woman is really difficult when the man is present, that you feel a certain when it's a group of women, and that allows to access some of the issues
Yes,
with more freedom. Yeah.
for sure.
So I never felt that from women, that I cannot be myself because there are women in the room. I have never felt that. But it is true that lately, not because it hasn't been before, but because I'm seeing it now, there's a crisis in the men's field. I think it's always been, but now there is a crisis. It's hitting a young generation. It's hitting a lack
Oh
of
yeah.
direction. Because when you had a lack of direction, at least you could provide for your family and go work hard and, you know, be a man at the office or at the building site, but do that, yeah. But now there is starting to be this uncertainty about how to provide. The inflation is going so high that a normal family cannot afford a house. So we are having all these situations that don't let anyone feel powerful. And since the man is the one used to the power, I think man is having like a hole at the center of our personality
Yeah.
model, yeah?
It's like you feel not needed anymore, no?
Yeah. Not needed, and even the ways with which things have been done, you know, even if you would resort to brutal force, now doesn't work. You know, there's,
No. No, no,
you know,
no, no, yeah, none of these. Yeah, no,
those things like in a
I
world
can
of
feel that.
technology, you can't, you know, even that
Yeah.
fundamental animalistic instinct is gone to a certain degree.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, for women, it is true that, as you know, also when men alone get together, when there's no woman around, it's like this limbic resonance between men is happening differently than between women, and it's very strong. It's really, I find it so healing, a group of women to get together, and it is different. Even if there would be one man there, it would be different, not because it's wrong, but just because somehow, because the way we regulate each other, the way we vibrate with each other is just is different, you know. And but it doesn't mean that we don't need men and we don't want men, and it's just okay, we come together and we work and we see what's going on, and there it is a certain trust also. I mean, for me it's always, you know, any work that I'm doing is I'm with my being, I try to create this field of trust, and then things can move. And just because we're only women, then it's easier to go into this field.
Successful woman in a European capital with a life that looks beautiful, and she burns out
Yeah.
and she comes to your retreat. What is the pattern that you're seeing? Tell me, and then
Yeah. I
what do you
mean,
see that out in the structure of society women are missing? Or what is burning them out? Because it's happening
yeah,
in incredible numbers.
it does, and I get a lot of these women. I mean, one thing is, you know, in their posture, in their body, there's a certain hardness and non-breathing, and you know, everything is kind of a bit shut down. And I think also, if a woman, you know, a woman's life, a woman's day, woman's cycle is so different to a man. A man that has a cycle, if you're looking at a day, a man has the testosterone that comes, kicks in more, and then it goes, you know, goes away again. So a man is really alive kind of for 12 hours and then 12 hours um, resting. But a woman is all over the place. And the woman has also then this monthly cycle where there is part of the month where you're more in. I mean, the whole month, the menstrual cycle, you know, it's such a magical cycle, but by society, by the way we live, by the way we have to work to make money, it doesn't include this cycle at all.
So basically, women constructed a world, and now women are fitting
into
in,
that.
behaving like men in
Yes.
the, at least working in the same conditions, and
Yeah.
the setting is not recognizing the idiosyncrasies of
No.
the female.
I think they started now in some countries. I'm not even sure if it's Spain that you can, when you're menstruating on your bleeding day, that you can have 1 or 2 days off. Is it? Are you aware of that?
I'm Spanish only in the passport
Oh,
these
right. Yeah.
days.
Now. Yeah. Or, but it really is made like that, that, okay, if you're menstruating, you keep on going, you take some painkillers, and you just don't even talk about it, don't even show about it. And I think you can do that for a little bit of time, but you cannot do that for all your life. And yeah, I mean, for me, I see it makes me sad to see women, training their bodies so as if they're just to catch up with, this over exercising and being hard, and then they don't, the not breathing, for me, it's so shocking. And because I'm also, I'm also a body therapist, a massage, and I have seen the changes in the last 15 years. And especially after COVID, it was a huge, big one, bomb again of, wow, now women breathe even less. So it's almost like, I mean, maybe you feel that too. The movement is like, whoa, you almost have just not a live body.
There's been a decrease of the perception of personal freedom, I think. I think people feel more constricted in
Yeah,
general.
yeah.
It was a big blow, yeah.
Yes. But also, I think just is not breathing anymore, so you don't have to feel, because feeling everything, with all the input that comes in all day long, it's too much. So, okay, what I do, I gonna tighten a little bit, then I don't have to feel it. And then, yeah, I think that happens too, and that happens a lot. And for me, it's like, wow, I want to shake them. I want to shake them alive again. And I want to just, I want to make them wild again and dance and shout and scream. And
How would be, like, if you send back a couple million of those women into a country, how would they change the country?
oh,
What would be different? Let's give
yeah,
the decision
wow.
hat to a
Oh,
bunch
that's a
of
nice picture.
emancipated, free, wild women that
Yeah.
don't hate men, that they have,
No,
yeah, okay.
yes, yeah.
So
I mean,
how does that world look like?
yeah. I mean, one thing I would love to see is that more women are in charge then of all these, what is it, 1,000 people, or the group of people that you said. So the leaders of these women will be, or
And
of this
those leaders,
society
it
will
would
be
be
women.
nice that they look at actual, if they would look at the structures of leadership themselves, like how
Yeah,
leadership is organized, how,
yeah,
what structures we have to pass on power and
yes, yeah,
responsibility, and I don't know how important it is to produce more something, whatever it is, and how
yeah,
important it is maybe to pause and
mm-hmm,
spend a good evening with your family,
yeah,
even though you make less money that month. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, these women, they would, I mean, the girls already would grow up, allowing to be loud, to get angry,
Okay.
to get rageful,
Mm-hmm.
to just be able to express themselves, to be sensual, to be sexual without having to close it because this is dangerous, because then men will
Do you
see
feel
something
that is
else in them.
still present in the young generation?
I think it's less.
Like, let's say, Europe, Western
Yeah.
countries, the young generation, do you still see a lot of sexual
Well,
compression?
I'm not so. I see now, kind of, as far as my 11, I have an 11-year-old son, and I'm very, very closely watching it, what's going to happen now. So if you talk young generation, maybe also it's the teenagers. I don't have my feelers out so much for them now, but I'm very scared of what's going to come for my boy. And for me, although I see amazing awake young people, so beautiful, and they give me all the hope. It's like, wow, yeah. But then I also, for me, the whole porn industry is really, is
I
like,
was gonna mention that
yeah, it's
it's so
fucking it up.
difficult for young kids that
Yeah,
they have seen so much before they
yeah,
even get naked with someone. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So this is very difficult for men
Hmm.
to, to be fed by that, and then of course it becomes very quickly an addiction. But for the woman, it's also, she kind of doesn't know, she has to look, oh, what do they do? So, okay, so I have to do this. So I fit into that picture that I mean, in my youth, it was not so, I didn't grow up with porn.
I found a magazine from my father under the bed
Yeah,
somewhere,
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah,
passing
yeah, yeah.
pages, like.
Yes, and that was
But yeah, it was very, looking back, so innocent. And even the
so
things that you
innocent.
would see was a sailor that went to Japan or something like
Yeah, yeah,
that.
yeah. I remember I started to watch what is the comics. I started to buy
Hmm.
some comics porn
Hmm.
magazines when I think when I was studying already. So it was very innocent, and it excited me a lot, and I did build my little fantasies around that. But then it went from magazines, it went to the videotapes, it went to yeah. I mean, what it is today,
But now it's a serious
it's
problem
a
because
very,
our
very big problem.
kids also is pushing the real relationships further. So men
Yeah.
are remaining virgin for longer time.
Yes. Yeah.
But then if you lose your virginity in your mid-20s, let's say,
Yeah.
you've had like 10, 15 years of indoctrination in your
Exactly.
phone with all sorts of crazy shit.
Yeah.
By the time you touch a woman, you don't even
Don't know
know
how.
who, how, what.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah. Yeah. And the woman already knows. Oh, I don't want to be touched like
yeah,
that,
yeah,
like
yeah.
they do there. Now it's this is something that if I could, if I had the power to fight for, it would be for not having porn so accessible.
Interesting. That is free.
Yeah.
Fuck. There's
Yeah.
like the things that are
Yeah.
really like alcohol,
Alcohol too. Yeah. Interesting that it's
legal.
free. It's
Not free, but legal, yeah. And
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
porn, yeah, like for all the things that you have to, all the hoops that you have to jump to get other things, porn is there. Yeah.
Yeah, is a subject that makes me very angry. I really have when I go there, and
Is part of your work to do sexual healing or at least to bring that up in your therapy sessions?
I do. My part of my work is to bring women back to how they actually feel instead of how they're told to. Okay, should feel, or how they think to feel. So it's kind of getting into the erotic again, into the aliveness of the body, getting into the feeling of the body again, into the breathing of the body, into all, into the pleasure and the pain once you start to feel again, because quite often everybody wants to feel happy, joyful, and good. But if you want to do that, you also have to go to the other side of the spectrum of the feelings, and you have to just expand the capacity to feel, which is also through unpleasant emotions and feelings, through pain. So, yeah, for me, the work that I'm doing when I'm with the women for a week, it's slowly, with a lot of trust, bringing them into feeling themselves. And then, I mean, sometimes it comes to, I have also done breast massage, for example, with women in the group. Sometimes in retreats it comes to that, not all the time. It depends on how it goes. But I love to do it, and just the thing of showing women I can touch my own breasts, and and they're mine. They're not here to just for my partner, and the same of course goes with the whole body. So just to learn, how does it feel for me to what do I actually love? How do I want to be touched? How do I, with what kind of strength do I like to be touched? And then once they have this vocabulary again for themselves, then they can also express it to men.
That's what I was, as I'm hearing you, I feel like it would be a tragedy if women disconnect from themselves sensually, because women are the teachers of sensuality
Sensual
for
beings.
everybody else. Yeah,
Yes,
I'm not
exactly.
saying
Yeah.
that men cannot be, but who is the sensuality personified?
Yeah.
That's a woman.
Yeah.
So it is important not just for women but for everybody that women reconnect with their sensuality.
Yes. But a lot of women don't know what they actually want because they didn't, what they actually feel good with, because it was just all the way straight away from, okay, we do this, we do that, and in porn, we do this, we do that. Maybe that if you're learning from there, it's even worse. But to move that all away, and it takes a little bit of, it takes some boundary setting and some good conversations to come back to yourself and just, spend evenings with yourself and figure out what lights you up, what doesn't feel good, so you have you could write a book about, and you could pass that on to your partner to say, okay, look, here it is, here is what I like and what I don't like. It doesn't mean that he only has to do what I like, because sometimes there's also growth in exploring other things, but just this not being able to express what you actually love because you don't feel it yourself, you don't have words for it.
Because even if you don't express it, the fact that you are very, very near to yourself, it will express in the relationship.
Yeah.
Because you can only be intimate with someone to the degree that you are intimate with yourself, yeah? And
Yes.
you can
Yeah.
only love to the degree that you can actually love, and you are the first recipient. So by you being in tune with yourself and writing that book, even if you never give it to someone,
Yeah.
the minute you meet, the meeting will be intimate.
Yes.
Because I think when I grew up, do you want a glass?
I'm okay, thank you.
The whole debate was sex with or without love. I remember as a child thinking like, better with love, but you can, of course, have amazing sex without love. Yeah, that was my young opinion. And I think what I meant is that you can have great sex without having a committed relationship. But in the moment of coming close to another person, how are you not going to love? It's impossible. Like, even if it's just for a one night stand, which is not common in my life. But that proximity is what allows you to be proximate to each other. But it's first something that you have to find in yourself.
Yes. Yeah. It is.
And when I was hearing you and the previous interview that I had with Katia Lisa, that we mentioned some of these subjects, and one of her advices was always go slow, go slow. And one of the things that I see is that what we're missing is time. What you described before, this of going to the darkness for a month, you need time to do your process. You need time to pause and massage your breast, or play with your breath, or do some soul searching. And the world is on a timer. It's like just on a schedule. So I think one of the things that I see both in men and women, but in women a bit more, is lack of time, because they go to work almost like a man, but then when they go home, they work more at home than the man as an average, yeah. And then when it comes to the kids, it's a little bit more on the woman than on the man as an average. So one thing that you hear a lot is there's never time, there's never time, there's never time.
It's true. And I said that up to now all the time, and also in my underworld, I realized, okay, now, it's a little bit, I have to learn to set more boundaries, and I have to learn to take me in that if I know I have to go through a process, I just have to take that time. And I also, I'm a single mom, and I'm independent worker in Portugal, in the Algarve. It's like, it's hell. And I don't have time. But and something is so nice now.
There's not a place to become rich here.
No, in some ways not, no. But now I'm a premenopausal, so, and the energy, you don't have so much you don't have that anymore.
Less
That
power even.
yes, that
Uh-huh.
less power even, yeah, which
Uh-huh.
you think, oh no, this is not possible. But it's actually really good because it made me realize, okay, I have that amount of power. I will have now to use it for myself. This, and I have to go there now. Although I have 1,000 things to do. Just sorry, I have to say that quickly. Yesterday, I tidied up my office and I wrote a list of things I have to do for the summer holidays. It's 2 pages. I looked through it because sometimes I can throw these lists away because they're done. I didn't do a single thing on it.
Yeah.
Not a single thing I did on this list. So, because I made the choice. Now it is, now I will have to do this. Otherwise, I will have to keep on going as I am. And if a woman doesn't want to take the time to be with herself, to have evenings with herself, candlelight on, beautiful music on, oils out, okay, then you keep on going for 10, 20 years with your man or whatever, and we just continue, and very often in our age, also in couples, sexuality is becoming so difficult, so frustrating, and it's always looks a bit like, oh, the woman doesn't want to have sex anymore. But I think it's not true. I think every woman wants to have sex. I just think it's very often they say no now to that sex that they had all these years. They would love to have sex, but starting from there, so okay, so what can we change? And for this, she will have to feel herself again and come back to herself. And yeah, it's feeling safe to feel. And it can be scary, and it can be, it's also, it's going to a lot of pain and difficult places, but I find it very
But it's
important.
like you really have to. I go back to the same thing because otherwise, that meeting, that what you're saying, the disappointment of I don't want to have sex that way, yeah. But it's not just sex; it's everything.
Everything.
It's like there is a force field that is pushing you away, and no matter how close you look to be physically, you are not close because you're not close to yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, and the sexuality in a
Yeah, is
relationship
the
is, it's such a good reference of what's going on in the whole relationship, in the whole connection. Yeah.
okay. This I have to ask.
Bring it on. I stay
Bring me to this.
curious.
No, bring me to this place because maybe I can learn something. Yeah. Uh, a night with yourself, you put the oils, you put the candles, you put the music, like this actually happens. It's something that you do, you take an evening and you have a couple of hours, you make a nice environment, you put, and I'm not talking about meditation practice or yoga practice,
No.
you with you,
Yeah.
your body, and talk for women, but also as a man, I'm like, I'm trying to translate. But
Yeah. So you want to know how it looks like? Well, the thing is,
more like,
yeah.
it's beautiful. It sounds beautiful, but it also sounds like it would never occur to me in a million years to pause and like I'm gonna get my oils and massage
Oh,
my
yeah.
body and like I would do other things, yeah. But
Yeah.
is when you see in someone an idea to do something that is alien to you, it's how you say
Yeah. Okay.
before
Then you're
curiosity,
curious.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah. So, the
tell
aim.
a woman at home that has never done this
Yeah.
and feels a little guilty and is like, no, I don't have time. Like, tell me how it feels.
So the main thing is just that you are there. You create a space that you like to be in, which is kind of this beautiful space that lights you up in some ways, that brings you like a spark. But it can be dark, of course, with your music, and then it's just there, and it doesn't have to have an aim. So it's also, when we talk like this, it sounds like, oh, then I make love to myself sexually. It can happen, but it's not at all what I'm going for. But for me,
You make love to yourself more as a whole.
yes, yeah, but it could sound like, oh, now she goes and finds her masturbation practice, but it's not that.
That
Yeah,
can be part
it
of it,
can be when
but
it
not.
comes,
Yeah. Okay.
but the thing is that it's just everything around that, everything let's say if it will be a masturbation practice and comes to an orgasm, it's almost like then, okay, let's say that's the end of that. But what about the 3 hours before, you know? So you widen that spectrum of, so even if I do it, even if I would feel sexually aroused, which I'm not very much going there actually, but I would keep it, I would stay, I would, you know, it's also expanding this the feeling of being aroused, which is expanding the feeling of being able to hold a certain amount of tension.
And does it feel easy to maintain the attention on yourself without distractions for so long?
Yes.
Yeah?
If I'm alone,
Yeah?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of like the practice itself carries you in a way. Like,
Yes. So I really go moment by moment, what do I feel now? And maybe I feel like lying down for half an hour, just lying on the floor.
okay.
Maybe I feel like just lifting an arm. Maybe I get into totally strange movements because I get away from, oh, now I should do this or do that. But I just, you know, sometimes I'm there shaking a hand like that, and something needs to be shaken out. Okay, I do it, and then I feel again.
So it starts like as a practice of, let's say, somatic listening, like
Yes, just
feeling and
really,
yeah.
yeah, it's just being as you feel, moving as you feel, without any instructions, without anybody telling you, okay, now do this and this dance move. But just let that come, and then it's amazing what happens, you know. Then
And then other, let's say, ingredients of the process would be self-massage. That's
it
part,
could be,
yeah.
yeah. There's never a recipe for it, because it's really just moment by moment feeling what's coming now.
Does it have a headline in your life? Do you call it? So you don't describe it as practice, but in a way, almost sounds like a practice.
Yeah.
But I think you don't want to call it practice to not make it too boring. But
No,
so
I think when I tell it to my friends then I think it's self-love.
date with myself of
Yeah.
self-love. Yeah. Okay.
And
And when you tell it to your friends, is something that they do as well?
yeah,
It's something that you guys, yeah.
in my friend circle.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, in
yeah.
my closer
Yeah.
circle.
That tends to happen in life that, you know, you
No.
gravitate towards the people that are into the
Yes.
same.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, it's also this, I mean, what I'm very interested in, it's like when we talked at the beginning, you know, the judging, this is right, this is wrong, and we have that a lot also in the body. Oh, this feels painful. Oh, this feels so stuck, painful. Oh, I don't want that. And other things then come up, a lot of pleasure. Oh, this feels so good. Oh, I want more and more. But just to move through all these stages all the time, and there's something that comes up that is pleasurable, there's something that comes up that is more painful, and everything is fine. Everything is just, okay, I'm gonna feel it, instead of wanting the pleasurable all the time. And this is something that I find also, you know, in daily life. We always want to feel good, we want the pleasure, we want this. That's why we get sold so many things that will make us happy. And if it doesn't feel good for a moment, then I go and get the phone, can make myself feeling good again. So
It's interesting how comfort made our life better, and then excess comfort is fucking everything up.
yeah, it
It's
does.
like,
Yeah, you
because a
don't grow.
certain degree, listen, give me hot water in the
Yeah,
shower,
yeah.
and let's all
Let me
not be
rest.
cold and eat
Yeah,
healthy meals, and okay, let's not have infections because the water is dirty. Amazing, all
yeah,
amazing, and call
yeah,
your mom, amazing. But there is a
yeah,
some invisible line that we
yeah.
have crossed where it's gone beyond reasonable comfort into this crazy, everything has to be dialed to perfection.
Oh God, yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah, it's what you say, it's separating us from our own uncomfortable feelings. And if you don't feel your uncomfortable feelings, I think what happens, you never grow up.
No, you
You
stay
just
stuck.
are a child forever.
Yeah,
I can feel it in myself when that comes, yeah.
yeah. I feel it even a little bit now. You know, we have a lot about this down-regulating the nervous system, which is very important because many people are very, very stressed. But down-regulating. So I feel a little bit like, it's a posture again, down, regulating down. It all of a sudden we're collapsed, and so you need again. You need both. You also need to upregulate. You need to bring the things that bring aliveness to.
Yeah, I can see what you mean. Like, because it can be that the world is so hyper and so vata and so in friction that the first step is to
Yes.
let's pause.
Yeah. Yeah. Very
But then
important.
you have to reconnect with your power as well, like you said before,
Yeah.
yeah. And in a process that we are very clearly disempowered. It's of course in the interest of the system, let's call it the system, to make us feel powerless, to make us feel small,
Yes. Yeah. And to make us not feel.
to not feel. Besides women, you've been doing this receiving groups and sending them back home, different countries, different ages, different levels of the social status. And looking at my life, we have a similar profession, yeah. I feel all the things that it has given me because I have learned to see life through the eyes of so many different human beings in so many ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, the beautiful profession of living groups, retreats. Do you still enjoy it?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah. Especially now that I moved.
Because you had a moment that you semi-pause for a bit, yeah? And then
Well,
you return and I saw your face coming with like a renewed enthusiasm. So I can feel a story going on there, yeah?
yes. Well, one thing was like the Algarve yoga that I had. I think it's almost 20 years now, old now, and it just grew out of me. Was not me. And again, I still love yoga. I still love yoga retreats. But also, even from that, from teaching yoga, from telling people, okay, move like this, move like that, breathe like this, breathe like that. It's like I cannot do it anymore. I I
Don't
can do
tell me
it to
that
a
I have a few
certain.
years left. I try to be inventive, but yeah.
Yes, yeah, and
So your transition was going from this kind of general yoga retreat kind of setting into the work that you do with women, yeah? That's kind of slowly the transition.
yes, and still we do yoga, but also so in the morning we do yoga, which is the structured way, and a lot of the energy work, and I love it. But then in the afternoon we let loose. We go into chaos. We go into wildness. We go into. So in the morning I tell them how to move. In the afternoon I don't tell them how to move. They have to,
Okay.
feel it themselves. Yes, and of
I want to
course
be a fly on the wall.
you are, because you're the only man in the.
I know, but I come when everything is
Because
finished.
you're the therapist. It's funny, yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny that it's so clear that you can come into this group always. So it's very beautiful.
So you restructured to working with women, but the whole time you've been working with groups, yeah? You've been
Yes,
a
yeah, these I love.
host,
Yeah.
a catalyzer, you've been running the kitchen team, you've been running the business as well, yeah? So
Yes,
you
yeah.
have that.
Yeah, it's all things that are easy for me, to yeah. I mean, even I'm quite organized in my brain, so I can do things on the computer. I don't enjoy it, but I can. I
But
love
at the
to
core, it
hold.
must be this thing that you're a good listener, yeah?
Yeah.
It must be like the center of your. And you're very good caring. One thing with you, working with and for you, you're always there. And you're always present for people, and you're always caring, and one could do things in this way or that way, but you're always fair. Like I always felt a big admiration for the way you work
Oh, yeah.
and the way you present yourself. Never on top, very accessible, yeah?
Yes, I do enjoy that, and it is my nature, because I did grow up in a house of love. Really, I had a beautiful childhood for my understanding, and this is me, and I would love to have a big family. I have now one son. He's beautiful. He's enough, but still, I would
Two
love
dogs.
2 dogs. Yes. So I love that. I love to be together with people for a while, but then I also love to say goodbye again and to come back to my life. And yeah, for me, it's a way of, that feeling of giving to the world in that moment, in these days that they're coming, and giving something which I think is very valuable for the world. And then that spreads. And I'm in contact with so many people that came 15 years ago. That I just had a woman here now that came 10 years ago. Actually, you were teaching her when you were teaching in my retreats. And it's just beautiful to see that. I hear so much, wow, I never forgot what you gave us. And then they come back for a little bit more. So this lights up my days. And also,
And also your own process gets enriched by seeing
oh
so many
yeah,
people's process. Yeah. Like
yes,
when you say
yeah,
you go into your darkness and your underworld, you don't really go alone. You go with the stories of all these people that
yeah,
have shared with you and how they dealt with it. Yeah.
yeah, exactly, yeah,
I always feel that.
yeah. No, the reflection is always, it's like in a relationship, that's where you learn the most about yourself. And also as a teacher, I mean, learning from the participants is
And
yeah.
in general, how do you deal, or what's your lived experience of being an in-between healer? Yeah, I think we all are. Because there is the guru type, or the person that has transcended, or at least presents themselves as that, and untouchable and up there. And I don't know anyone like this. I'm not interested. Yeah. So most of the people that I know that work as teachers, guides, coaches, therapists, it's just humans with problems and ups and downs. Yeah. And we have people that come to us for answers, for company, for care. But we are also in need of that as well ourselves, yeah?
Yes, yeah.
So this, what you described before of doing your healing, it almost is like a cyclic process that every so often you have to go to the
You
underworld.
have to, yeah. I mean, also it's very good to have your own therapist, to go to these always things. So the wind is always moving. Yeah, yeah.
Do you have a type of therapy that you use? Do you have a
I mean, for me, the best therapy is
body work,
movement.
movement?
Yeah. I just had a whole weekend of that because I had a lot of
In which context? Movement, contact, improvisation?
no. I love that too. But movement, just somatic movement.
Okay.
So I'm really feeling into what's going on. What do I sense? What do I notice? And then what does that tell me? It can be then anything comes. This weekend I had a lot of grief moving through me. Grief, which I know. I mean, I have had many things happening in my life, and I had a lot of grief in my life. But still, it's like it's never lived enough. That it has really moved through you, and this keeps on. I mean, if you open the news today, there's a lot of grief coming in, a lot of things coming in that make you grieving, and to move this through by moving, to release this out of your body, out of your tissues, by moving. And for me, a big one is the feeling, the emotion, anger, and just the fiery ones, like the one that I always thought we as women, we cannot really express. Now it's coming big time, sometimes out. When I take the space, I have to create the space. I gonna either close my doors and, I'm at home, or I go to, this weekend I went to a cave with my dogs, so they were my guard dogs, to check that nobody else comes that way, because they would think I'm completely mad. So I gave myself an hour of having a tantrum. I just kicked and shouted, and oh, it was so freeing, I'm looking for freedom in my body. I don't want to have holding on, which I did all my life a lot. I have a lot of pain from me, from my mother, from my grandmothers, and and fathers, and I don't want it anymore. I really don't want it anymore. So I'm spending a lot of time in moving these things through, and also with the voice, like shouting, like I still feel there is. I mean, I can speak quite loud. I can shout quite loud if I have to, but there's
I
still,
can imagine.
yeah, there's still something here that has not been expressed yet, and it's bubbling, and it will come. It will come.
Does it change your singing voice when you have one of these processes? Like, do you feel
Yeah.
different when you go back to singing?
Yes. If you clean these things out in your system, your voice goes deeper. Yeah. So when I don't feel good, or I can also feel how people feel in their voice, when you can feel the airy, chesty voice. When people feel good, embodied, the voice goes deeper down, and things are more free. If you're not free in your belly, then you talk like that. So when I do women's singing circles once a month. I start again now in winter, when the winter comes, and I bring people there, with a lot of safety, it's a process to go there, and then we go to this freeing your voice with whatever. It can be with words, it can be with just sounds, and you can feel it in the building. It's like there's so much already, and if there's neighbors, they would be shocked, but you feel there's 10 times more. There's 10 times more that wants to, and this process of freeing yourself.
10 times more that wants to be
Power.
free
Yeah.
with the group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's 10 times more of the voice that needs to be expressed. Yeah. For maybe, I don't know, for whatever reason, there's a lot of not being allowed to express, also for men too. If you're not allowed to speak, then you shut down, get stuck, and it's very powerful. And this,
I'm having almost a visual of pain traveling through generations from God knows when.
yeah,
And traveling through families and generations, and then coming to this point where you are like letting it go through the voice.
yes, yeah,
Almost like an exorcism, it sounds.
yeah. This is something
And
that
the
excites me.
feeling, because I haven't done it, but if I went up to the mountain and I would scream, that initial thing that what I'm doing is wrong, I don't have it. If I scream, I scream, yeah.
Yeah.
But I can hear there's almost like a dam that you have to like break until you set yourself free to allow
Yes.
yourself that extreme expression.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, you cannot just go and scream.
But
It
I'm
will
thinking more
hurt.
from the perspective of a woman and
Yeah.
allowing yourself to feel this anger that you say you were not allowed to feel. I
Yeah.
felt so much anger all my life.
Yeah.
Not necessarily because I was an angry kid, but football, playing,
Yeah.
fighting with my father, like it never was not okay. I mean, sure, when you have a discussion, you try to make friends afterwards, but I never had the feeling that being angry was something that I was not
Oh, right.
allowed, because the
Oh,
opposite,
no.
it was
Yeah.
encouraged. Yeah.
Oh, no,
So,
my family was a harmony. Yeah. Yeah.
so liberating that rage,
Yeah, but I mean,
it feels
yeah.
powerful, I read.
Yes, but it's not only the rage of myself. It's the
No,
rage.
it's not owned by you. It's
No, the collective
yeah,
rage of
collective. Yeah,
women
yeah, yeah.
is,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
me, if I'm
No,
singing
no,
with
I,
women,
I get it.
this is huge.
Yeah.
And it's still going on. Many women in many countries are not allowed to speak or sing, or they're covered, and imagine this feeling of never being allowed to just speak your truth out, how it gets stuck in your body.
Also much healthier, because I think for our generation, the moment where we felt, okay, now women's issues are coming forward, is when this Me Too thing started, yeah. But then there was so much lynching and so much like, I don't know, it created like a network around that movement that was so angry
Yes, yeah.
at everything.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And yeah, I fell in the group of those men, like, I don't know, I haven't done anything, I'm sorry. But I felt this almost like, I think the anger is accurate, but I think it's placed in the wrong container. I think it has to be expressed, but let's find a constructive way. So this sounds a bit
Yes,
like
yeah.
that, yeah.
But you know, there's always, if something was always here for a long time, then it has to go a little bit here, and then it comes back to the pendulum. So,
And also, it hasn't gone because now we have these lawsuits and court cases with incredibly crazy situations, and we're still seeing men, very powerful men, get away with it.
yeah,
Fuck them.
yeah,
You know, like, yeah.
yeah.
So it's in the past, but it isn't in the past as well. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Yes. But it's also, I mean, me as a woman now in the West, here in Portugal, you know, I do have, compared to others, I have more right and I have more saying than other women in the world. So I really feel this is, I mean, first of all, it's cleaning from my life, then it's cleaning from my ancestors, and from uh, from the past, from generations. But also it's cleaning because I'm very privileged in some ways compared to others. So I really feel it's my duty to speak up for the ones that can't. And for me, I'm not a speaker, I'm not a talker, so I cannot do it, you know.
Damn, but you become the
Now it's
the
become.
harmonium.
Yeah, if I have the space to speak, I do.
Yeah.
Thank
No,
you
no,
for
but
giving
also
it to
like
me.
your voice is very powerful, like this
All
speaking,
right.
but also, you know, I was just getting this image of you in the group. You
Mm-hmm.
guys,
It is
even
powerful.
feel it's powerful.
It's
I
very
can feel it
powerful.
powerful just by imagining it.
Oh,
So,
good, good, yeah, yeah. So you can feel it in your body. Yeah.
um, singing. Some people go towards the stage, but you have always kept singing as a devotional practice, I suppose. Is that how you would?
I think
Because your
it's
singing is always gatherings, and I think you include the people, even when it's not an organ, even when you do a concert, you always participate with the audience in some way, no? Or do you ever actually sit on stage and sing?
very seldom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have an approach to singing that is communal or that is tribal or
Yes.
something like that? Am I
Yes.
accurate?
Yeah. It's to be in the community. It's to, I mean, I like to inspire the ones that are there to sing also. I'd like to.
And where does it come from? Did you used to sing were you a musician originally, or it came from the yoga teaching and you started chanting, or is a love of yours of?
No, I always, you know, as a child, I did grow up with my beautiful sister, which I love a lot, but she talked a hell lot. She still talks a lot. So she's 90%, I'm 10%. So somehow, no, I don't blame her, but it was my nature not to speak much,
Okay.
always. And I already in kindergarten, I was very connected to music. So I wanted to learn piano, and I learned in kindergarten piano. And then I think I played piano for 20 years. And my teacher at the time, she allowed me to play my emotions. I was not good technically. I was not interested in technical stuff or in many things. I was not interested that I had to do as a music student. But she kept on asking me when I played, okay, what do you see? And she was so inspired by the whole movies that I saw when I played as a child.
Very expressive.
Yes,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
yeah, so it was always like I always had a very good music ear, and yeah, then it would never have occurred to me that I will sing because even my teachers in high school, they said, "Oh, Diana, your voice, it's airy," and it was airy because there's something still going on, and I had a lot of
Airy.
airy. So when I talk like that,
Okay.
yeah.
In your
So
singing voice.
no, I didn't sing yet
Okay.
then.
Okay.
But if I played in the theater,
Mm-hmm.
the teacher said, "Oh, Diana cannot play
Okay.
this because her voice is not loud enough or not full enough and whatever." And they always put me on the stage to show how bad I am. And I always had
Great
this
teaching
feeling,
methodology.
yeah, amazing, yeah.
Amazing.
But I always had this feeling, "Oh, I'm gonna show it to you, you asshole."
Oh. Was he a man, the teacher?
It was a man,
Yeah.
yeah. And then sometimes when I was singing in the shower and singing wherever, then I thought, wow, actually, it comes quite easily out. But I was too shy. In Switzerland, you're not loud, so I kept it quiet. And then long, many things happened. But then I also had, I don't know if you were here already. I was pregnant with my daughter, and then she died after the birth. So there was a whole process, of course, there's a whole thing happening there. But the birth itself, which I think many women have, it was really the the scream the sound that came out then was one of these sounds that I'm still that I know is in every woman. This wow, this so it came out.
The very definition of primal.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
very strong. And then because my daughter died right after birth, and my way of grieving, the biggest part of the tool for me to grieve was to sing. So
Did you feel you were singing to her?
no, it was really, I was then gardening. That was one thing. So I to planted seeds to see them grow. And the other thing, it was actually beautiful Marion, who also now passed away. She told me, come to these singing lessons. And and then I did. I went to singing lessons in a group, and then wow, okay. So that was the beginning. And I still believe today, as horribly hard, I never want to go through it again if I can, that your daughter dies. But I still believe that she came for that, to awaken this voice. So if I go through life now and I'm not using it, my life becomes very, I go against the river. It doesn't work.
You write little contracts with yourself along the way.
Yeah. And yeah, it's then, and then I started singing more, and then I went to a singing weekend where an amazing woman looked at me and said, "Oh wow, Diana, you're here to sing." And I kept on getting these inspirations. Okay, and now okay, I do it. And
And now you're doing it. It's now a few years that you are doing it.
yeah,
Like it's not a conflict for you, that now it's
no,
comfortable,
it's very
joyful.
comfortable. Yeah, it's very joyful. I want to do more. Yeah.
Are you gonna sing for us? Did you
No,
bring the harmonium?
I didn't bring it.
No. I have a
No.
guitar. Could you do with guitar?
Well, if you just sing anything.
No, if you wanted to, we don't need to. We can cut this.
No, I could.
I forgot to ask you. I think I told you on the first time, and then I forgot to tell you this morning.
Yeah.
But I do have Yomi's guitar.
Yeah.
So if you feel like closing with a song when we close, don't need.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
just
It's just sometimes when other people play the chords that I sing. I mean, we could just improvise, of course. We could do that. But otherwise, it's very difficult, the chord, and then I have to kind of play the chords myself, unless we practiced before, for a song.
yeah.
Yeah.
You don't play guitar.
No, I don't play
that's what I'm
guitar.
saying.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
No, I don't play guitar. The
I
guitar
don't-
was for you. No, I don't know. That's Yomi's guitar. No, okay, so cancel.
Okay. Now I got a bit hot.
There's no piano. Good. Phew, you're free.
Yeah.
Okay. So I wanted to touch on a difficult subject, even if we leave it in general, maybe not difficult, maybe actually beautiful. How much do we feel the pain of the world? You were saying before about feeling down or having heavy feelings, and then you turn on the news and you see, the many unbelievable things that are happening at the moment, Not at the moment, I think they have always happened, maybe now it's more visible. But I think it's a thing that we feel this collective pain
Yes.
in our guts, in our hearts, and beyond size, beyond saying these are responsible or those are victims and these are aggressors. The actual conflict of the situation, the pain, the struggle, even the ugliness of the perpetrator, we realize that is also part that I carry in myself as a member of the human race. I'm not sure if there is a question here. I think it's something I feel a lot, and it's hard to tell people that you're having a difficult morning because you
I
feel being
know.
part of the human race is a struggle. But we do feel that, and I don't think it's me or you. I think it's a lot of people that have this day where you feel. And at the same time, if you are bombarded continuously by negativity, your energy field becomes all dark, and then you yourself are not able to be a candle in the wind as well.
Yeah,
So it's
exactly.
a tricky balance, yeah.
It's
But
very
you want to
tricky.
feel sensitive and proactive, and maybe even to a certain degree an activist, yeah. But at the same time, if you spend the whole fucking day angry and
I know.
sad and like really disappointed with humanity, is not a beautiful place to be in. So how
Yeah.
do you deal with that?
Yeah, I had this conflict a lot lately with because more than usual I'm watching the news now, which
Yeah,
are actually my news. It's in on Instagram. I realize it's I just realized really now it's like everybody has their own.
that's, you can say that again. It's not the news, it's
No,
my news. Yes, yes, we live
yeah,
in micro
it's
bubbles. Yeah, yeah,
yes.
totally,
I
totally.
really it's
We've lost the consensus reality. Yeah,
yes,
we're losing it. Yeah, okay.
totally. But still, my news made me like so depressed and sad, and it's horrible and rageful. I yesterday I watched something. I would have killed that guy if I would have seen him live. That much strength comes up in me in that moment. And then also I realized, when I was in my underworld now this summer, I still would have had to promote my retreat a little bit. And then I think I even made one thing where I said, I'm going to promote my retreat. It's beautiful. But it feels weird to, show something so, oh, this are we going to be on the beach, da, 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 while all the other posts are how the babies are starving to death. And it's these two very conflicting pictures are, I didn't quite know how to deal with it. And now I'm a week before I will have my retreat, and it's a little bit the same, Sometimes I get this when I watch again. Yesterday I watched for maybe an hour or so, and then how does it make sense what I'm doing now? I have a lot of that, this hopelessness, and but at the end it's exactly now, exactly that's what's needed now, because we do. I mean, I will not allow myself to get sucked in totally this week and next week, because I am there to bring that hope also, and the trust and the light and the strength and the power in women. I have so many.
And that is your role, isn't it?
Yes.
Because you, as the therapist, you are the one that, almost by the definition of your mission, you gotta go down to hell, feel, and come back
Yeah.
up and share,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Exactly. And then I also realized that, you know, when I could look at these news and my whole day could be now, okay, this feeling comes when I watch these news, and now my whole day or my whole life could represent that feeling, which is terrible sadness and devastation. But then I also realized I can feel that. Okay, now I feel it. And then I will do something. I will go and make myself a tea, and maybe the thoughts still keep on coming, but I can check in again. How do I feel now? And maybe now a different feeling comes. Maybe I feel good in my body, although this is going on. So I realized that I can do both, you know. I can have two feelings also at the same time. It doesn't mean that I have to be so sucked into only that, because otherwise I in the way I'm living now, which anyway is quite a lot, you know, you're just kind of trying to stay on the surface of the water with financially and all these things. There's a lot of things going on in my life already, and now should I always be here in the darkness, in the what's going on in the world? No, I also will have to, you know, bring my own balance. And I don't only want to stay here because okay, this is not mine. This is not possible anymore, because what is theirs is, you know, it's mine also. But just to, if I keep on checking in, it's like every minute, if you keep on checking in, how do I feel now? Instead of thinking, oh, this is my general feeling, this is only right now, I feel this, I feel that. And then when I have a retreat, I can bring myself to, okay, like switching on something, because now I know I'm here for a mission. I'm here for helping this, you know, it's not the light, because it's also the darkness. It's the depth of everything that you
What you're
pass
bringing
it
is
on.
the ability to contain those two opposing emotions.
Yes.
Because once you learn how to contain opposing emotions, maybe, hopefully, we can contain opposing ideologies, opposing
Yeah.
religions,
Yeah.
opposing whatever,
Yeah.
genders.
Yeah.
But it all springs from this ability to hold contradiction and paradox without breaking in the middle
Yeah. Exactly.
and staying sane.
Yeah. And to allow them to be there, to allow to feel them.
Yeah. And to interact with each other, because sometimes you might have a very clear image of what the light looks like, and then you have to see your own stone in the shoe to contextualize that naivety. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But it's
that's
a
kind of.
subject that I feel, and maybe there is an added layer of being a man in these things.
Being a mom?
A man.
A man, okay, yeah.
When you feel it deeply inside and you feel this, like, what the fuck are we doing? They're all men, yeah? So there's
All
a
right.
sensation of even more inner frustration
All
when,
right, yeah, I can feel that, yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it's I think you were asking before, yeah, when we were discussing this privately, we see this in the news and we feel like, why is not everybody standing up and just... I think this sense of powerlessness, maybe the initial to move it is to talk about it and to bring these conversations and make it understood that really no one wants that degree of violence. No one wants that degree of, not that degree, no degree. And it feels more and more artificial. It feels more and more that it's not responding to the desire of no one that is
Yeah.
healthy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Is responding to deals and obscure arrangements that are all happening behind closed doors and moving weapons and God knows what is.
Yeah, it's like there's so much going on. But still, you know, I can also watch, and I can get angry from it, and I can get frustrated and all these things, but all frustration and anger and any of these emotions, they will move something in me. So they will, yeah.
And then you get that movement, and then hopefully, because you are containing the opposing feelings, maybe with the impulse of that movement, once you are in the place of action, you can be gentle. And you can be
Yes.
loving, and you
Yeah.
can be forgiving, and
Yeah.
you can be all those good qualities that if you get to the place of conflict and you're just screaming and shouting and shooting, you become the conflict, yeah? So there is a value in holding those two polarities and doing the digestion within yourself.
Yes.
Because it's not just doing something, it's what are you going to do? And how are you going to do it?
Yeah.
And how are you going to express yourself when everybody's screaming at each other? Are you going to be the bearer of peace, or you just one more person screaming? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and I also, I mean, what came to me lately, the last couple of days, was the word hope. You know, I always thought, oh, hope, that sucks, that word. I just want to have trust. But hope is actually something also very, very beautiful to, you know, it's kind of that light that you keep on believing also in the light that keeps on moving. And I have that quite strongly now. So I had a very, very strong dream like a couple of months ago where,
Pause it.
yeah,
Let me change battery.
okay.
2 seconds. So the dream.
Yes, so there was a very vivid, strong, as if it's happening right now, dream. And it was basically that I was somewhere doing something, and then I heard the explosion in my back. It was on my right back, and I knew, oh shit, that's it. That was the end of the world. Like, I heard the bang, and then I thought, where is Liam, my son? Where is Liam? He was around the corner. And then I realized, oh shit, it's happening to him too. And then everything, you know, my whole body, everything became crumbled together and became white, became dust. And that moment when I still, Liam, you know, I wanted to hold on to my son. And then I had this, okay, now it all goes. And this feeling of, oh wow, that's it, and it's actually okay. That was such a strong, an amazing feeling of, wow, it's actually okay that now all goes. Although I don't want, of course, I don't want my son to go, but I don't want the world to go. But it was,
But there are two different things, right? You might be completely committed to maintain the beauty within life and at the same time come to a beautiful relationship with death. There are two different things, yeah?
yes, but it's also, it was like this build up. Oh shit, you know, it's like now, ooh, what's going on? And will the planet Earth will make it? Will make it? And then it did not, and it went. But it was like, okay, you know, it was such a relief. But I kept on. I did wake up pretty soon after that. But it was also, it was a beginning of a new, and that felt so good.
The release of the struggle.
Yeah, it was that release of that, all that. And I still, I mean, I do think something now, it's crazy what's going on, but you know, this hope, this and trust, and of course all these energies that we have, that you know, it's gonna go on.
It's interesting. We had like similar trajectories in the last few weeks. Like when we have discussed this about how we have been in the summer, I
Yeah.
had a thought like, I think yesterday, very similar to your dream. I was thinking, it hit me and it was so absurd. I was like, I don't think I'm going to be able to manage to solve all the world problems. I think they will just go on. I think I can do my best. I think there must be a destiny to it that we are all affecting. But it was like a silly voice telling me, you realize it's going to be whatever it's
Ugly.
going to be once you're gone. And it was before you arrived. And your apportation is important, but you realize it just has a momentum of its own.
Yes.
And I felt
Yeah.
exactly what you
Oh
say,
yeah.
like, ah,
Okay. Yes.
not a lessening of my desire to engage, but a lessening of the pressure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So since then, I'm not running anymore. You know, it's, I'm not getting pushed anymore. I'm walking, and I'm observing. It's just
And you are
like
placing your body in a curious
yes.
position.
It changed a lot. It changed so much. I'm not, whatever I thought 3 months ago, I have to do all these things to keep on moving, to keep on living my life, is like the list that I never did. And I'm still here. and it's fine. So it changed a lot. Yeah.
It's beautiful. Like I've had two this year. Like you, usually I have my darkness. Yeah,
Yeah.
like a week or a few days. This year was very clear and very determined. Both of
Contracted.
them, yeah, both of them came with a sickness. Once I got probably COVID or flu, very intense, and then this time I got an eye infection.
You can come here, buddy.
And both of them gave me that feeling. 2 or 3 weeks looking in, feeling sadness, loss, feeling grief in different ways, yeah. But it's like when you get out of it, or when it gets out of you, it's fascinating how you can be really deep in the shit and you really look at it and you look at it and you breathe with it and you don't look away. And at certain point, almost as a miracle, it begins to dissolve and it changes. And when you have gone through that process several times, when I deal with people, maybe not with clinical depression, but people who are really down, is one of the things I always tell you is that it does change. It does have a life. It does move.
Yes. Yeah. 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 Because if you try to resist it and do everything to avoid, then it will not.
But still sometimes surprising. Like last week I felt bright again. But 2 weeks ago I had a couple of days that I was really dark. And when you're in the dark, in that moment, you really don't see the light.
No.
There is a moment that you really, it's a definition of being in the dark. It's like you just feel like it's going to be shit forever.
Yeah.
And there is no crack in that. And there's a certain trust in the process when you have done it a few times that you know at certain point there's going to be a crack somewhere and it's going to unfold.
Yeah. Yeah. Even now, you just asked me when I came in today because I'm premenopausal, if I'm not sleeping well, because that's what many people, many women don't. And even that, I mean, I'm still sleeping well. Maybe it will come that time. But I think it is part of our process to go through these dark nights awake and feel. And it is the time when for me it's the time, there's many things come up now that I didn't solve, that I didn't deal with, that I kept in my body in my whole life, and now it comes. And it is in the darkness, in the no distraction, in the not light, oh beautiful, beautiful, no, oh, it's there where
Under earth is where the seed grows, yeah?
yeah. And we have such a tendency to go up, and of course also religion is always, oh heaven, God, it's a he and he's up, but no.
It's more in, yeah? It's more in than out,
In
yeah?
and down, and
Yeah, yeah,
maybe not a he, maybe she, maybe both, it's like, but we're very, very, also in the whole spirituality, I find that a lot. It's like, oh, reach, high, get high, get high, even with breath work or whatever, get high, high. I don't want to get high. I wanna go in and down, and I want to be able to come up and see again and light, of course. But my main thing is to, it's like to go to that truth, to myself, to the earth.
Beautiful.
To yeah.
And I can see, I asked you before, what is the vision of the world where the women go?
Oh yeah.
Now
I lost her.
I can see one. I can see a vision of powerful, embodied women that go out and, yeah, the first thing they tell their men, put your fucking weapons down and start again. I can see those women.
Yes, yeah.
Like really holding the world accountable for what is no longer human behavior. And I can see the strength in that.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful work, Diana, beautiful work.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
So let's do this. We finish here, I think.
Okay,
Yeah, unless
yes.
we have another last question or something, and then I promise that I go and film one of your songs somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, and I put it as a different chapter. But
With the
once we
accordion.
teased everybody with your beautiful strong voice, I have to
All
film you
right.
somewhere. Okay? So we
Okay.
find that another day.
Yes, okay, that's a deal.
Did I miss something of what you want to say, what you want to be seen? A million things, but is there anything that you feel you want to live here, that you want to?
Yeah, maybe one thing I would like to still share that I find very important is kind of, the allowing yourself to digest, to also to slow down, or just what it just came to me now, because now we have talked a lot, and then, then having these moments of stillness and digestion and reflections. The things are still kind of around, but they're said now. But just to digest before we go on to the next.
Ah, 1,000,000% agreement. I was talking with someone yesterday, and I was saying, I know I was in class, and I was saying it's a reflection that I have often. I think we think that we move at the rhythm of our peak experiences, but we only move at the rhythm of our capacity to integrate them.
Mm-hmm.
That's the rhythm.
Yeah,
How much
exactly.
of that which you saw and that which you felt can you actually embody it in a way that you leave it on Monday at 10 a.m.?
Yeah, yeah, true, yeah.
And that is much slower, yeah? And that requires this pause and this
Mm-hmm.
time.
Yeah, so I don't know, maybe we can take a minute now.
Let's take a
Yeah,
minute.
in silence, and just digest of all the words and all the pictures that we've seen, and the emotions that came, sensations in the body. And still, can I stay in my body? It's probably not even a minute yet. Can I stay, or am I distracting myself? Thank you.
Very beautiful. Very beautiful. Thank you very much, Diana.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And also thank you for we know each other for a long time, and always, there's a beautiful, truthful connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes the strings pull people very close, and sometimes you have this. The distance is relaxed, but you feel that the thread is stable.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel that with you.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you very much,
Thank
Diana.
you.
It's been such a pleasure.
Yeah.
Good.
Ever me too.
Diana, thank you very much.